I'm Margaret Ann Windsor. I was kidnapped in 41 at age 2 and brought to Moulton, Alabama. And I made a couple of videos, short ones that I think went up. I haven't been able to video in a while. Anyway, I wanted to say some things about, and there's something that I tried to tell on video and it hurt so much, and I really can't tell because I don't totally know. I'm sure, but I'm not sure. But it hurts so much, and if it's told, I hope that it'll make an impact. Let me put it this way, it will. Well, I can't get this right, the lighting or anything really. What was I going to say now? I got upset over that because when they take things you love the most and they just keep on taking and it's ignored. When Pelosi and all the Congress were saying, just about all of them, that no one's above the law, they all have been. They even altered my divorce. I got nothing when I was almost killed for telling the truth and writing a book, MD, a license to kill, about programming, and which should be very important to people. And then I started finding out, and then I remembered about my kidnapping and my mom and dad. And my poor mom and dad, and you'd think they couldn't hurt them anymore after they took me, but they did. They did. So, I wanted to mention this because I think that may have been taken down the other day. A friend, and she is a friend, my goodness. She has come on the last, I don't know, months, and she knows who I'm talking about. she just, I'll picture her and her family up there now in the corner. Okay, she knows who I'm talking about, and I thank her for being there. Just being there helps, and knowing that they care. But anyway, I was, first of all, JFK is mafia, the global government, the Illuminati. He was with the Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers. When I was kidnapped, they kidnapped me. My own uncle helped Roosevelt, the president, in planning my kidnapping when I was born in 1939. When I was born, they started planning it. So I'm not going to try to get off beat here because I've probably don't have much time left on the video for me to video. When they kidnapped me and brought me over here and gave me the birthday they did, I've always assumed it was the real birthday. My real birthday, I don't know. I know I was born in 1939, and I have a picture I put up about Roosevelt. They were at Hyde Park, and Mrs. Roosevelt and Elizabeth's father, the illegal George VI, the reluctant, someone else said this the other day on a video, the reluctant king. Oh no, he wasn't reluctant. He helped take his own brother down, my father. He helped kidnap me, and they never stopped in their war against me here and my mom and dad, and that's what I hope you hear. I know it's true, and I hope you haven't heard, the network news won't tell about me, but they'll tell about the royals who are fakes and war criminals over there every day, and show how they flaunt it and got away with their crimes and enjoyed it. But anyway, I wanted to say this. Roosevelt appointed Joe Kennedy ambassador to England in 1936, the year my father became king, to take him down because he wouldn't go along with them, wouldn't follow their orders. And then the Church of England, Cosmos Lane, didn't like my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe. Bet you never heard of Claudia Ruth O'Keefe marrying Edward VIII. That's who he married. He never abdicated a double abdicated. Double married Wallace Simpson. My mom is a sister to artist Georgia O'Keeffe. And it's sad that I have to use Georgia. I mean, I love Georgia. Her art, maybe you better look at it. Well, they took all their money. They were in politics too. And she was the Queen of England. And I was born, she was 40, I believe, when I was born, and my father 45. They took what they loved the most, me, and so the Kennedys that were so beloved, Camelot and all that, I want to tell you, they actually, I'm going to leave out because I'm up on YouTube's. I've got quite a few of them over the years under Peggy Ann Childers. In fact, there's 2 different videos because somebody stole my phone a few years back and I had to start. I couldn't get, well, it's up there, but I couldn't remember my password and all that, so I just had a new account with Peggy Childers put up. And so I've told about the Kennedys and about what happened to me, but I want to skip to where I was really put out on the street and almost killed April Fool's Day of 80. I mean, my apartment taken. I put up a copy of my divorce on here. I finally got, and it was altered. There's nothing that they couldn't touch. And, of course, it would have saved me being on the street and living on the Appalachian Trail and up in Full Heart Knob, and people coming along telling me that was for hikers. I couldn't stay there. And by the way, there were hardly any hikers doing it back in 2004, but you should see them now. Now, I don't know if my being up there did a thing about it, but to encourage them, but it was a rough life. I didn't have backpacks and sleeping bags when I went up there. I froze. I didn't have food. People were told not to help me. I didn't have medical. I walked in to bathe. I walked and just to get some water. I walked and walked. I mean, I don't know how much I walked. I was, 55, 60, 65 during the time I was living up there and freezing in the snow and doing all this. Breaking wood to try to build a fire and all that. But anyway, it was horrible. I almost froze. And yeah, I run into snakes and I run into spiders and I run into cougars. I really did. Bears come right up close to me that I know of. What happened when I was asleep, I don't know. I laugh at it because it was horrible. And then I'm trying to find my children. And I just hope they're safe because they're lineage after me, and I know they're targets, okay? I'm the real monarch, not Lizzie Borden over there and her crew that she's got how many homes? Oh, God, I saw it the other day. You know, if this is ever shown, you put up the real monarch, and then you put up Elizabeth, Lizzie Borden. Look up Lizzie Borden, okay? And I don't know if the press ever is forced to or if somehow they made a movie. It looks just like it is, a bloody shame. But I guess I better shut up. I'm living here and I might be bothering somebody by telling the truth. I seem to do that, you know. But I wanted to tell about while I was up on the trail. I've said this again, but I think a video with this was taken down. But it's up on a lot, but you'd have to filter through a lot of them on the videos to find it. But I was up there, and it was about 94, 2000, not 94, 2004. And, my goodness, you know who oh, my favorite star just popped up there. Gibson, Thomas Gibson. Off of Criminal Minds. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I don't know that he knows it, but it did pop up there. I guess that was by chance. Anyway, I'm on his fan club, by the way. But anyway, I was going to tell about this. I'm living up on the Appalachian Trail in Full Heart Knob, and that's rough up there, cold and freezing, and spiders and snakes and everything. I had to really hunt for food, like grapes and blackberries, and walk. And I don't know. It was really rough and freeze. And um, anyway, let me get to where I'm going here. I got sidetracked with Thomas Gibson here. I have a crush on Thomas Gibson, okay? He's a lot younger than me, so that's a joke. But I like him. He's my favorite actor. So that. Um, but anyway, I'm up on Appalachian Trail up at Full Heart Knob, and I spent a winter or two up there. And this can be proven, the timing and everything, and I'm sure somebody else knows he was there. He flew down, he and his cousin that he was so they were buddies. And his cousin was supposed to marry into the Mountbattens into oh God, I've forgotten the name. He really wasn't a prince, but then they said Bouvier, that's Jackie Bouvier Kennedy, JFK's mother, it's her sister. Well, she didn't really marry into royalty, and he wasn't, her son really wasn't a prince, but this is where they're into the royal family. So anyway, with JFK Jr. was guess who? This cousin that the two were buddies. They came up the trail, and I was looking down it, and I was sitting at the table, wood table there, hadn't eaten, and had no. I didn't have gloves most of the time. A lot of the time when I first went up there, I didn't have any. I almost froze, and people let it happen, and they were told not to help me, and by golly, they didn't. So I saw him coming up, and I thought, when they got up there, I thought that's JFK Jr. They got up there, and he put oh God, they got sleeping bags like they were here to stay or going to do the trail. They didn't. They turned around and went back, as far as I know, because here's what JFK Jr. said. I said to him, I said, "You look like JFK Jr." He said, "That's who I am." Well, he said, "We came up here to see how we made you live." Well, so I told him then what I thought of him and his father. I knew they'd kidnapped me and all that. So anyway, they were just laughing about it and everything. So then they put their food back in. You know, I remember I thought you could at least have offered me a pack of your peanuts. Well, they didn't. They put it all back and they went off their merry way, which I assume they just made the circle down to Mountain Pass again and went back to the where they had their plane out at Roanoke Airport. I'm assuming that's where they landed, but there's other ways of proving the timing and everything on this. But anyway, so the Kennedys have had a joke about me, haven't they? Putting me there. I want to wonder about Edward Kennedy's. You know, the lady that Chappaquiddick. They could get away with anything. But I have to believe that there were some people on my side too. I know there were. Even though I've had to live this horrible life, and I'm going to quit here because I don't think I have this much time left upon this and to put up a video. Um, well, now I lost my train of thought. How's that? Get on the video and lose my train of thought, trying to use my time right, and here I go. I'm going blank. I forgot what it was I was going to say. I was talking about JFK Jr. The little. Oh, well, maybe no one thinks that I should laugh when I have been through so much hell, and there's another thing I just found out that I think if the public ever hears it, they won't forgive it either. I think it's true. I'm pretty sure it's true, and I've cried. Um, but anyway, uh, they're above the law, and when Congress up there sits up there impeaching Trump and all this and says nobody's above the law, I hope you get to hear this, all of it. You see what Congress, if they know all this and they haven't told it, and if they don't know it, why something's wrong. But anyway, well, I'm okay. I better spit it out, as my kids used to say. Mom, get off, get to the point, or you're going to forget the point. I start giving the background. Oh my God, this is not good. Okay, where was I? I'm going to have to get off. I laughed because what else can I do? Okay. Um, what on earth? I was talking. Oh wow. Somebody's going to accuse me of being senile or something. That's not it. I just got lost in the whole thing. I was telling about Pelosi and that. And, hmm. Well, I probably should delete this. I was crying a few minutes ago because things were so bad, what I had found out, and I know it's got to be true. Um, well, I was talking about JFK Jr. and, oh, no, what is recall. Beverly Recall. Um, I'm not sure. Oh my goodness, maybe I better get off here. I'm tired and I am losing my train of thought here. Huh. Well, before I lose all what few. I don't know. This is how I get through things, laughing at it. And for the life of me, I don't know right now where I was going with it. I told about the Kennedys, and I wanted to make sure I got that up again. And I was talking about Trump in Congress and the Kennedys. Okay, that was it. I do know that some people, or I wouldn't be alive, but some of them are British, some of them are German, and there's some Americans. I know there were some FBI agents through the years that were on my side and tried to help me, as bad as it was. But don't let me lose my train of thought again. I can't believe this. Somebody come out here and think I can't fend for myself when that's all that I've been doing, roughing it and trying to make ends meet and live another day. The Kennedys. They may not find this funny. God knows JFK come up there and laughed in my face and his cousin. And by the way, JFK Jr. thought it was so funny that they got away with making me live this way. And you should see the way they made me live. See if you think it's funny. Anyway, Kennedys have always known. They must have had parties to celebrate it. Didn't know it was that much fun to see me in pain and my family and my sons, my babies that I love more than anything in this whole world. So anyway, I'm just going to jump to this. JFK Jr. had George Magazine, which is George Washington. That was the beginning of your global government, the United Nations. That's the reason they took my dad down, because he wouldn't go along with the treaties. He wouldn't go along with them. They took him down, kidnapped me, and then they kidnapped again. And that's all I have to say right here. How much can you hurt a person, a family? They did nothing but care. My mom was a beautiful lady, a school teacher. Okay, I was telling about mind control and how you can program people, and it's a lie that you can't make them do things they don't want to do. Of course you can. They've gotten away with it all, and they'll blame it on mental illness when it's a friggin' lie and background. I mean, they have chipped people that aren't even aware. Their children, their babies can be chipped. The dentist has chipped so many people. You put it in a root canal, cover it up, and by golly, if you found out you had one in you, you went to have it taken out, the dentist would look at you and report you. I bet you Yeah, they would, and say you were a nutcase. So they just call you mental, and they can cuff you and haul your guns off and you off when you've been programmed. So they're getting away with it. So anyway, I was writing about Tesla files, which, by the way, Trump's uncle, MIT professor, was back there in the 30s when the files were stolen. But anyway, part of those files I was writing about how murder's mind control programming, you can create an illness or cure it. So anyway, I'll jump to this. They can cure cancer. They could make limbs grow back. If you took down the medical hospitals, the doctors and nurses that work there, I work for hospitals, I work for doctors, and I knew what went into inventory and all that. So if you took all that down and all the money that you're giving to, like the Jerry Lewis years ago and all these cancer and all that, they've had a cure for it since then, back in 30. Now then, here I was writing about mind control and the murders, and now that Donald Trump became president, now they're trying to impeach him. Anyway, get to the point, like babies would laugh and say, before you forget, that's what I'm doing right here a little bit too. It was funny what they did to me, and I'm not going to cry over what happened to them. They were up there, JFK Jr. and his cousin, who've lived in luxury, the Camelot years. And in 1999, 1999, I believe, or 2000, you can Google it. But in July of that year, JFK Jr. went down the plane, and twins become a part of this whole thing. I'm not going to try to explain it. But anyway, twins were a part of it. But he married a twin. I think his wife was on it. I don't think Caroline. That was his sister's name too. But anyway, she was on. They went down. There was 3 on the plane that went down. People think they're still alive. No, they died. Now then, about 12 days later, in early August, his cousin that was up there, and they were making fun of me and gloating over what they'd done, he died of cancer. Now then, I'm going to say one more thing. They were doing all this to me. You're going to think that I'm going to cry over what happened to them? Heck no. I want to tell you this. They had Courtney. Was her name Courtney? That supposedly committed suicide. Normally, I would have felt so sad because that's me. I care. But with what they've done to me, nobody can make them pay. But anyway, I've tried to tell about people can, through mind control, can be made to commit suicide, or appear to commit suicide, like Robin Williams, and there's other stars, and a lot of people it's been used on. And she died, she was a young girl in college, Kennedy, I think her name was Courtney, I'm not sure. But anyway, she supposedly committed suicide back in about 4 months ago. So it was a little bit of tit for tat. And maybe they shouldn't have come up there and taunted me with their food in their backpacks and laughed in my face about how they had made me live. And my babies, I hope you get to see what and know how and what torture they did to my babies just because of who we are. What kind of people do you think they are?